The strategy we're about to go over is really interesting and only a few people qualify for it. But the results from this thing is absolutely insane. This client was probably, I'd say roughly about 20 years away from retirement age. And he was looking for something that would allow his retirement funds to still grow, but he wanted to be able to leave behind a larger legacy for his family. So he still wanted money to be able to retire off of, but he wanted something extra for his family to be able to live off of whenever he wasn't here anymore. He just kind of felt like he was behind the eight ball. He felt like he didn't have enough time to be able to accomplish all this. And then he came to us. So we took a look at all of his accounts to see what we could work with and see what we could find out for him. We discovered that he had an old 401k, roughly about $250-ish thousand dollars, and he was still working on another 401k for his current retirement at his current job that he was at. So what he ended up doing, we took that older 401k that wasn't tied to his job or anything like that, and rolled it over into an annuity, a fixed indexed annuity. This is where things get interesting. We pledged that annuity to a third-party bank, okay? And that bank ended up using that annuity as collateral. Why we put his old 401k inside the annuity and why the bank is willing to use that as collateral is because the bank knows something that you probably don't. Even though the market's going to continue to fluctuate up and down like his old 401k would, whenever we put it inside the annuity, it has a 0% floor, meaning it's never going to lose its principal balance. If the market ends up tanking and loses, hypothetically, if it ends up losing 26% that next year, he's not going to lose a dime. But if the market goes up, and when the market goes up, his annuity is going to go up too. This is one of the key parts of this strategy that made it extremely important. Whenever we pledged that annuity to the bank in return ended up taking upwards of six figures every single year and funding it into an index universal life policy specifically designed to allow his maximum amount of cash value grow in the short amount of time that he had. Now, whenever you start throwing six figures into an IUL every single year, things get really interesting. Compound interest continues to grow and build over time at an exponential rate, along with the accumulated value inside the policy. Now, the accumulated value is very important because the percentage of compound interest that you end up getting is based off of that number inside the account. So if you're getting 8 to 12% inside the market that year, hypothetically, let's just say that 8 to 12% is based off the amount of money that's inside the accumulated value. Question, are you going to get a higher percentage point off of a lower account value, like let's say $100, or a higher account value like $100,000? 100,000. The fact that this bank is funding this gentleman's IUL every single year with six figures plus because he already pledged his annuity to the bank allows his IUL to grow and build over time much faster than what it would be able to do with his own money. So he contributed a small portion of the money every single year. The bank contributed the rest. The principal that he put inside that annuity is always going to be safe, secure, and fully protected. This allowed his policy to build and grow over time exponentially because of the amount of money that's getting put into the policy from OPM or other people's money. Him and the bank both ended up making contributions to this policy for the next 15 years. And after that 15th year, coming on the 16th year, the bank ends up taking their money back out of the cash value plus a little bit of interest, and the rest went to the client. The reason why this is important, remember that accumulated value that I mentioned to you earlier? That accumulated value column never drops. It never goes down. Even when money's pulled back out of the account, it still continues to grow as if all that money is still inside that account. So you're continuing to gain compound interest off of money that's still inside the policy. So yes, whenever the bank gets their money back out of the policy's cash value, the accumulated value still stays the same as if that money had never been pulled out in the first place, which means you're still continuing to gain compound interest off of that money every single year as if it had never been taken out of the policy in the first place. So you've got hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars working for you in this particular example, because we ended up going through this strategy first, as opposed to just a standard annuity. Now the client has life insurance, which is pennies on the dollar whenever it comes to passing down that generational wealth that he was wanting to pass down in the first place. So he multiplied the amount of money that he was able to pass down to his family with the resources that he already had. His annuity, the old 401k that he had, whenever he rolled it into the fixed index annuity, more than doubled after that 10-year time frame with the strategy that we had from him. But he had it in there for over 15 years. So all that annuity money is going to get back to him and pay him a guaranteed lifetime income for the rest of his life. And the cash value that's continuing to accumulate inside the IUL from all the extra money that the bank had put in the policy gives him a really substantial tax-free retirement income that he's able to live off of from the IUL. Because of us using this strategy this way, we were able to solve 3 of the client's problems with one old 401k. If you like this strategy and you think you want to take a look at it and see if we can help you out with something like this, comment grow in the comments below and I'll send you a link that'll give you a one-on-one consultation with me. We'll see if we can make it work for you.